Hello and welcome. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adirayo Senami. The Nigerian House of Representatives has passed a bill making it the sole prerogative of the Police Service Commission and no longer that of the Inspector General of Police to appoint and deploy state commissioners of police. The bill was passed to ensure that the appointment and deployment of commissioners of police is done in line with the federal character principle. However, the Police Recruitment Committee, headed by the Inspector General of Police, retains the power to recruit police constables and cadets. The House also made it compulsory for the Inspector General of Police to submit a quarterly report of arrests to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation. This forms part of the new Police Act, passed by the lawmakers to reform the police and make it responsive to human rights of Nigerians. The Governor of Anambra State, Nigeria, Willie Obiano, on Wednesday signed a new COVID-19 law which prescribes a fine of 10,000 naira or hours of community service for any resident caught without a face mask. The governor stated that the testing capacity has been ramped up to curb the spread of the virus in the state and advised traders to keep to the COVID-19 rules or markets will be shut down again. In another development, elder statesman and former governor of ONDO State in Nigeria, OLUMILUA, is dead. OLUMILUA, a diplomat who was born in 1940, died in the early hours of Thursday in his Ikere-Ekiti hometown after a brief illness. He was governor of the Ondo State during the Third Republic between January 1992 and November 1993 on the platform of the defunct Social Democratic Party, SDP. His son, Muyiwa OLUMILUA, who is also the Ekiti State Commissioner for Information, confirmed his father's demise in a telephone chat, saying the burial arrangements will be announced later. European Union officials at the EU's ambassadors' meeting on Wednesday said a 2.4 billion euros emergency fund is being prepared to purchase promising COVID-19 vaccines. The European Union Emergency Support Fund will also be used to increase vaccine production capacity in Europe and offer liability insurance to pharmaceutical companies. According to a European Union official, this is necessary, even if it means losing money, since most of the vaccines are in clinical trial. In furtherance of the Register to Open initiative of the Lagos State Government, as directed by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Lagos State Safety Commission has opened registration of religious and social centers in the state in preparation for full reopening. This was contained in a release signed by the Commission's Director General, Larry Mojala. Recall that the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, had on the 17th of May, while giving updates on the COVID-19 pandemic in Lagos, said the government is considering full reopening of the economy, including critical sectors like tourism and hospitality, sporting, event centers, cinemas, entertainment, and religious gatherings. It also said businesses in these sectors will have to undergo re-registration before reopening, and that the Lagos State Safety Commission and Environmental Protection Agency will be visiting offices and business premises to assess the level of readiness to resume operations. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, on Wednesday unveiled a technology application to facilitate tracing contacts of people infected with COVID-19. The Group General Manager, Information Technology Division, Danladi Inua, while unveiling the software in Abuja, noted that the development is part of the NNPC's contribution to curb the spread of the pandemic in its formations and government's ministries, departments, and agencies. In Nigeria, the Kogi State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Saka Haruna, has denied recording a third coronavirus case in the state. The commissioner said no sample was sent to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, that could warrant a third case. The NCDC had on Wednesday announced that the state recorded another COVID-19 case. The government of New Zealand on Wednesday said it will provide free sanitary products in schools across the country where girls or women are unable to afford or access sufficient menstrual hygiene products. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, in a statement, said making sanitary products freely available will help young students to continue learning at school as nearly 95,000 girls in the country from the age of 9 to 18 are taught to stay at home from school during their periods since they cannot afford pads and tampons. She added that the country is investing $1.7 million in the initiative, which will be rolled out first at 15 schools in the Waikato region of the country's North Island during this year's third term, and will be expanded nationwide to all state schools by 2021. The cleanup of 57 sites affected by oil spillage in OLUMILUA, Rivers State, Nigeria, has commenced. Minister of Environment, Dr. Muhammad Abubakar, who made this known on Wednesday, said the sites in OLUMILUA are areas affected by hydrocarbons, which negatively affects the environment and the people living there. The minister disclosed that the Ogoni cleanup has created 765 jobs and will create even more, while the ministry is also addressing waste management, which entails waste reduction, recycling, reuse, and recovery. We'll take a short break now. We'll be back shortly.
I am a refugee from Rwanda living in Kenya, but I'm also a nurse working on the front line during this COVID-19.
I'm a refugee from Iran living in Sydney, Australia. I'm also a civil engineer running online series of live conversation with doctors for the community.
I'm a refugee in Ghana, but I'm also a nursing student. I help my community to stay safe by sharing useful information on COVID-19.
I'm a South Sudanese refugee living in Nairobi, but I'm also a communication officer giving timely and verified information on COVID-19 to my community.
I'm a refugee from Burundi living in Rwanda. I'm also a refugee college guidance counselor providing support to refugee students during this pandemic. I do it for you.
I do it for you.
I do this for you.
I do it for you.
I do this for you.
I do it for you.
Welcome back. You're watching 84 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. The Indian and Australian foreign ministries have sealed a deal to gain access to each other's military bases, a pact that will clear the way for more military exchanges and exercises in the Indo-Pacific region. The agreement, which allows Indian and Australian military ships and aircraft to refuel and access maintenance facilities at each other's bases, was signed during a virtual summit between Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart, Scott Morrison, on Thursday. Across the world in Asia, local media in China on Thursday said the security guards attacked and wounded at least 37 students and 2 adults in a knife-wielding attack on a primary school in southern China. Authorities say all the victims, including teaching staff, are safe and receiving treatment at Kangu County. Back in Africa, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, in Kenya on Wednesday said in a statement that 2 Kenyan police officers will be charged with murder after investigations by the country's police watchdog. According to the police authority, one of the accused officers, Duncan Indiwa, while enforcing the COVID-19 curfew, shot dead Yasin Moyo, a 13-year-old boy who was on the balcony of his home in a suburb of the capital, while Lotu Angorita, the second officer, killed a teacher, identified as Coletta Oda, while responding to a report of a burglary in Siaya County in Kenya. Reports have it that as of Wednesday, 15 people have been killed and 31 injured since coronavirus measures were introduced on the 25th of March in the country. The United States is pushing to resolve a 3-year diplomatic dispute between Qatar and its neighbors by passing Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to stop the ban on Qatar Airlines using their airspace. Reports say United States President Donald Trump has personally pressured the Saudi leadership to end the restrictions, which are often force Qatari aircraft to use Iranian airspace as its only corridor out of the region. And that's it on 84 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.84tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at 84TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at 84TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Adirayo Senami.